Hello there, Aries. This is Michele B. I'm kind of adjusting my camera angle a little bit better. I've got a tarot reading for you for the next couple of weeks. If you resonate with it, that's awesome. And if not, then that reading isn't for you. So you can check your placements on the rest of your chart for your rising, your moon, your Venus, your Mars on my channel, or you can check out your Aries reading with all the many other YouTube tarot readers that are out there. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started and see how this resonates with you. For what to embrace going forward, we've got using a lot more of your feminine intuitive powers, and what to leave behind, leaving behind the idea that you can somehow control how everything happens for you. I think that's something that it's been kind of an issue where you're like, I can't quite make a decision on what it is that I want because I want to know that it's not going to be a failure. And it's really actually stagnating you quite a bit. I've got other stagnation cards in the rest of the reading that I pulled out. So it's something that slowed you down quite a bit. It's just like, as long as I have control over everything, then I can't fail. And I definitely can't fail if I never do anything. And Aries, it is in your nature to go forward, to do things. You are a wand. This is a Two of Wands. You are a wand sign, the first one. You're not, like, if you're not moving forward passionately into what it is that you want, then you start to die inside. It's not good for you. But there's this like something that's tying you up inside that it isn't quite right. So you're being asked to, both of these cards are number 2, numerologically, they're both 2 cards, which means it's about having some kind of balance. And I feel like the balance for you is that part of you that wants to go somewhere and balancing that out with having it be actually productive. So you're being asked to tune in more into your heart, into your intuition, and less into the logic, because your logic is slowing you down and keeping you from being able to make really good decisions. The affirmation that I pulled before I even started everything is, the challenges that I've overcome have made me stronger and more compassionate. And so I feel like you like running into things, I've got a neighbor that's hammering. You running in full steam into things that you were excited about in the past, kind of, it didn't end well in many of the situations, and it made you feel like, I can't do anything right, and I definitely don't want to screw things up again. So it's you're more compassionate toward others, but at the same time you're also slowed down quite a bit from your true nature that needs to be moving forward constantly. Now let's look at this internal landscape that we have going on for you before we look at the advice. So definitely I got stagnation with the 8 of Wands in reverse. So like you have all of this energy that wants to get out and you just don't know where to put it, so you're not putting it anywhere. We got that. But right in the center of the landscape, we have the 10 of Swords, which is feeling betrayed, feeling like you can't do anything right, feeling like people, like when you meddle, you're like, I'm trying to be helpful, and you're meddling, and people are like, stop it, and they're like, get away, and we don't like it when you do that. I also have the 10 of Cups in the reverse. It's like you had all these high hopes and they didn't pan out, and that's really, really frustrating for you, that you just like put so much energy into things and people don't understand, people can't relate, and things didn't work out the way that you thought that they would. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, that's part of the stagnation. If you were putting a lot of time and energy and effort into any kind of career or money-making opportunity, and also into manifesting a love interest that was like a commitment, a stable relationship, you put a lot of time and energy into that. It hasn't panned out. It didn't pan out. It hasn't panned out. It hasn't worked out the way that you wanted it to. Any of those things hasn't worked out the way that you wanted to. It's like, where is mine? This hand is like this, a hand that's giving you something, and the voice that I hear from this card coming from Aries is, where's mine? Because I did what I was supposed to do. This number 2 is like, this 2 of Wands is, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I did what I'm supposed to do. Where's mine? Why is it not working out the way that it should, even though I did it the right way? Well, maybe I shouldn't be doing anything at all. That's really frustrating. I understand where you're coming from with that. That Page of Swords is where I get a lot of that, and it's in the reverse. That's where I get a lot of that vibration about Aries being scolded by other people because you're like running headstrong into trying to be helpful, into trying to take control of a situation, and the people around you are saying, we didn't want your help, kind of. Oh, sorry, Aries. All of your efforts to help people are coming from this really good place. You're a protector. You're passionate about the people that you love, and they didn't see it that way. They saw it as you meddling and, being where, getting involved in things that you didn't have a place in being involved in. And the things that you did was the actions that you took. They didn't appreciate it. Let's look again. The challenges that I have overcome have made me stronger and more compassionate. You're a little bit more careful about how you're using your energy to help other people, because you don't want it to backfire the way that it has in the past. So you are more compassionate to those other people, and you're like, what do I do now? Your intuition, I'm looking at the advice cards now. Look what we got coming up in the advice cards. It's the High Priestess again. What you're embracing, the High Priestess energy. You're turning inward, and you are... the High Priestess has a direct link to the divine, to the higher power, the source, God, whatever you want to, whatever term you resonate with. The High Priestess has a direct link. And so, like, in your feeling of being alone, just being deeply sad and feeling stuck, it's kind of like a dark night of the soul. You're like, well, what do I do? And it's like you hear a voice coming in that's like telling you what the next step is. First thing, Aries, first thing, honey, is you got to do you. You got to take care of yourself before you run in and try to help other people. Okay? So I think the decision that needs to be, the decision, can I control the outcome no matter what decision I make? You know that there will be success if you work on you. And I'm talking about starting with your physical well-being. So we may not be able to immediately control how much money we bring in. It's like, where's mine? Where's mine? Where's mine? Remember? We may not be able to control the money that's coming in, but we can start with controlling how much we sleep at night. We can control the quality of the foods that we eat. We can control whether or not we get up and get exercise. We can control whether or not we abstain from drugs and alcohol that make us feel dull inside. That make us, it's nice when it helps us forget about our problems, but it is not nice when we feel like shit the next day. So we can control those things. You can control the outcome with that. Start with that. And the cool thing about taking really good care of your body, and I'm also talking about avoiding stress, because stress has physiological effects, okay? So when you come to a point of peak physical performance, which is really important for Aries, then you have a clearer antenna open. It's like this hat that she's wearing is like an antenna. It's like a satellite disc. Remember those old cable satellite discs that people had? She's like bringing in the information from the divine. Shoop, 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 shoop. It's coming into her because she has a clear channel, because her mind is clear, because she takes good care of her body. Look what else we have. We have the King of Wands. Now, typically, Aries is is shown in the archetypal personalities of the tarot. Aries is the Page of Wands, but Aries can also very much be when they have mastery of themselves, they can become the King of Wands over time as they grow. So you're being asked to stop being the page and to be more of a king. Now, a lot of you might identify as feminine. That's okay. But what we're talking about is someone that has mastery over their emotions, mastery over their passions, mastery over what they choose to do. So when you have mastery over your own physical body, when you begin to have mastery over your thought patterns, then you'll be able to control other things that are happening around you. But first things first, you have to have the foundation of mastery of yourself. And then we have, for the final two pieces of advice, what was it conclusion that I came to with the Queen of Pentacles and the Fool being here? It's like looking at the feminine side of accepting things as they are. Excuse me. So the former you, before the knockdown that made you like put everything in perspective, the former you would be going headlong into things and being like, I'm going to get this for myself. I'm going to control the situation. I'm going to make sure that everything's working out for me. And by extension for the people that you love. But you're being asked to pull back into your femininity, whatever gender you refer to. Everyone has a feminine side. And allow the universe to provide you with what you need. Use that, channel those resources that are being provided to you into taking care of your physical health and taking care of your physical and emotional well-being, okay? Channel that energy into your own health. The universe is going to provide you with what you need in the immediate future. No matter what your situation is, you will be provided with everything you need. And then the Fool being here, I feel like it's like your path forward is curling open, and it's, spreading out as you go, one step ahead, but you will only know one step as you go. Your intuition will tell you the next steps to take. So I was just talking in a previous reading, I was discussing about, I lost track of what I was going to say. Damn it. Right out of my head. I was talking about the foundation. First, we got to work on the foundation. If we want to manifest things, if we want to create things, first we have to work on the foundation of our physical well-being. And then the emotional well-being comes in. And then the financial well-being comes in. And then the social well-being comes in. And then the love life comes in, right? Sometimes they all happen simultaneously. But it's like different parts are rising as they go. So yeah, your path is uncurling as you go, and you're going to get these downloads, these intuitive downloads of what step. Oh, now I remember what it was. First, the heart knows what to do, and then the logic executes it. Okay, so the heart being the feminine, the logic being the masculine. The heart knows what to do first. You're going to get the downloads through the feminine divine. It's going to come into your heart. And the brain power is for making it happen, okay? So you've been through some crap. You've been through some bullshit. And you're like, oh, but it's my own fault. I did it to myself. It was part of your path of learning, and that's okay. We all get knocked around a little bit. But now you're learning that not everybody needs your help. Now you're learning that you might just ask first before you're helpful. Now you're learning to slow down and listen to your heart and not just jump forward according to what your logic tells you to do. You're becoming stronger and more compassionate with yourself and with others. I love you, Aries. Let's look at that card one more time. I love you, Aries. Thank you, universe, for these messages, and I'll speak to you soon.